Alright guys, so today we will be looking at three stocks which either seem like a good buy or a good sell. So I mean all the three stocks they're just like on the buy side. So let's start with MO, which is a company of Altria Group. Right now MO is above all of its moving averages, the 5, 10 and the 20 period EMA, and it's showing signs of an uptrend with the MACD also going up. But right now the MACD is actually on the overextended side, as you can see, like over here. It didn't go as much as high as it did this time. So this is on the overextended side, but the RSI is like normal. It's not overbought or oversold. So I mean we can expect a little bit of pullback probably to the like around the 42 level if we have this consistent rate of change going on, because as I've said in my videos earlier, whenever a stock breaks out its resistance trend line, it usually comes back to that trend line, and that trend line acts as a support to that stock. So yeah, I mean the MACD is like pulling down a little bit, but again it can continue to push up if we have this stock being bullish, like continuously being bullish. So yeah, MO basically I believe that it will come down a little bit, and then we can expect like a good breakout probably to this resistance level, which is 45. So yeah, I think that would be like on the buy side only, because it just has a little bit of margin to sell off, but then more margin to go up. So our second stock is Neo. Yeah, so Neo, as you can see, the MACD right here, it's pulling up, and we have this short-term trend line right here. So since Neo, like it jumped here around 20%, and then it touched this trend line, and then it went back up, touched the trend line again. So what a trader would expect Neo to do is to like go back up from here, but no, that did not happen, and Neo actually like started to consolidate right here. And whenever this happens, in my experience, whenever like this scenario occurs, what usually happens is this like trend line, the resistance trend line acts as the resistance. I mean the support trend line, not the resistance trend line. The support trend line acts as the resistance. So now what we can expect Neo to do is to like go up around 33%, because what I really expected to go do is to go up to 2, and right now it's at 1.5. So and I expected to do that because as you can see, this resistance level, this is a resistance right here with this candlestick. It closed at 2.17. So around that level I'm expecting it to like jump, and from there we might see a little bit of pullback. But since it's going to go to 2, if that actually happens, it's going to be bullish because it went from 1.19 all the way up to 2, so that's like 85-90% up. So that would be like a really bullish trend. And looking at the MACD, as I already said, it's going to turn green soon, and the RSI it's on the oversold side. So Neo is like, in my opinion, it's a really good buy. Uh, if you want to buy it, again, this is my analysis. If you want to buy it, your stop loss should be around the 1.43 level, because this is where the low of this candle is. So what we want to do is, since this is a support, we want Neo to break its support, and that will confirm us that it will go down and not continue to go up. And again, stop loss is like uh, really important while you're trading stocks. So without stop loss, it's not a good trade. So our third stock is AMD. It's Advanced Micro Devices. So AMD actually was pretty sideways right here, or you could say choppy. Like it couldn't find a direction basically, but then it started to downtrend. But suddenly it started to squeeze up. So here it went up 4.83%, and today it went up 2.62%. And the MACD is pulling up. The RSI is at 57, so the RSI is also not overbought. And I think I can, like in my opinion, this stock can easily go to this resistance level, which is 31 point. What is the high? Yeah, 31.32. So around 2.5% jump, and if it breaks this resistance, this is actually a really strong resistance for AMD, which is around the 32 level. So that's like what I expect AMD to do. So I mean, all of these stocks are buys right here, but the only thing with MO is that we can expect it to pull back a little bit and then continue to rally. That's what I'm expecting. And let's take a quick look at TQQQ, which is the Pro Share or the 3X long ETF of Nasdaq. Yeah, so right now, okay, why is this at AT&T? I search TQQQ. Yeah. So right now TQQQ something weird, like really weird happened. So what basically happened was that I said in the last video, I think I uploaded 2 weeks ago. So in that video, I said that TQQQ was at this level right here. So I said that it was making a flag and pennant pattern. So I'm expecting it to go up to around the 63 level, like the 63, 64 level, and then pull back and then break out. But something weird happened. It basically broke below that trend line, this really strong long-term trend line. It broke below it, and then it went up, touching that trend line again. So what I was really expecting it to do was to like pull back, not pull back, actually start to sell off because it closed below its trend line, really strong trend line. So, but it didn't sell off. It was just like a little pullback, and then it continued to rally, and suddenly this like really huge squeeze up for some reason. Uh, as you can see, this trend line at the top, TQQQ actually was around 5.5% up, but it pulled back because it touched that trend line. So I mean, as I've said, whenever a stock breaks below its support trend line, that support then becomes the resistance level for that stock. But as you can see, it tried to act as a resistance, but it didn't, and it eventually broke out for some reason. I don't know why that happened, but it's stock market. So yeah, I mean, right now, I'm expecting a little pullback from here and then a breakout because I mean, no signs of a downtrend. The TQQQ, the RSI is at 54, so not overbought or oversold. The MACD is beginning to push up, so we can really expect it to like break out. So, and looking at these moving averages, it's also above all the EMA lines. So yeah, I mean, just expecting it to break out right now. So yeah, that was it for today's video. See you in the next video.